Hey everybody, it's Nathaniel reporting from Dallas County, and I'm here with Jessica Vega reporting from San Antonio. How are you doing today?
I am doing okay.
Okay? Why just okay?
I don't know, because I'm just doing okay. How are you doing?
Doing awful.
That's terrible.
Doing awful. Because you're just doing okay. And
Terrible.
I want you to be
Mm-mm.
awesome sauce.
I'm awesome sauce.
Okay, that's good. What are we talking about today?
Today we are talking about Lochtegate, and
Well,
I'm
yeah,
interested because before you mentioned it to me, I don't think I've ever heard of this, so I'm intrigued.
really? So, what is Lochtegate?
I don't know, really. I'm going into this kind of blind. You kind of told me a little bit, but it's been so long, I forgot.
Yeah. So I'll tell you, it is a colloquial name of the scandal involving a United States swim team members Ryan Lochte, Jimmy Felgen, Gunnar Bentz, and Jack Conger during the 2016 Summer Olympics held in Rio de Janeiro, which is the flag that I have in my background. So, so, you ready to dive into this whole thing?
Let's dive in.
All right, and
No
that, yep,
pun intended.
yeah, because it's they're swimmers, not divers, but they do dive into the pool.
Yep.
So, in the morning of August 14th, 2016, Ryan Lochte and Jimmy Felgen claimed that they and their teammates Gunnar Benz and Jack Conger were robbed in Rio de Janeiro during the 2016 Summer Olympics after armed men showing a police badge allegedly forced them out of their taxi at gunpoint in the early morning hours. The story was initially publicized the day after a chance encounter between Lochte's mother, uh, Liana Lochte, and Fox Sports Australia presenter Ben Way. Way tweeted that Ryan Lochte had been held up at gunpoint, which resulted in a prompt denial from International Olympic Committee spokesman Mark Adams that the report was absolutely not true. The next day, Lochte claimed in an interview with Billy Bush on the Today Show that the men who had stopped their taxi had a police badge and that one of the men cocked his gun and put it against Lochte's forehead. Rio Olympic spokesman Mario Adrada stated, "We regret the violence has got so close to the athletes." So that was the initial um, account of the incident that Lochte said happened. So what are you thinking?
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Scary.
Yeah. So.
Being in a foreign country.
Mm-hmm. That
Oof.
that's what happens when you venture out of the Olympic Village.
Is it? Is it what happens?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Rio de Janeiro is known for having a high crime rate, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That
Um.
sucks.
Yeah. So, well, have you seen their president? Ooh, that guy stinks.
No,
Think
have
Trump.
not.
Think Trump, but he knows he's a bad person and just flaunts to like it, and thinks that
Oh,
it's like a
that was
cool
Trump.
thing, huh?
That was Trump.
Well, Trump is like, I'm actually really genius. I'm amazing. I'm awesome. But
Yeah.
but the president of Brazil is like, I am awful and I am proud of my awfulness.
Brazil? You're talking about Bolsonaro or
Yeah,
his name?
Bolsonaro. Yeah.
Yeah. I have to know that.
What?
But that's it. I didn't know that this was in Brazil. I didn't know that this particular place was in
You didn't
Brazil.
know that Rio de Janeiro was in Brazil?
No, probably something that I got taught once and it just
Yeah.
left.
Come on, man.
It left.
Yep. And you said you went to
And
public school, American public school.
I sure did.
You're not really helping
I
their
sure
case.
did.
You're not really helping their case here.
I look at there, big brain. I didn't go to college like you.
Okay. So, yeah, I remember Bolsonaro was like tried to deny the COVID-19 claims. Then he said that the COVID-19 was just there to make him look bad. And then when he was called about his about the death rates in Brazil, he was all like, "What am I supposed to do? I don't know." So
Terrible.
yeah, I know. So, okay, anyway, Lochte returned to the United States on August 15th. On August 17th, police went to the Olympic Village to secure Lochte and Fagan's passports in order to secure further testimony from the athletes. On August 18th, Lochte attorney Jeff Ostro said Lochte sat for a victim interview with the Brazilian tourist police, USOC security, State Department, FBI, and anyone else that the Brazilian authorities requested to be present. On the evening of August 17th, Conger and Bentz were removed from a flight during a flight while attempting to leave the country, and their passports were seized in order to compel testimony about the incident. A judge in Brazil also issued a search and seizure warrant for Lochte and Fagan. So, Fagan subsequently contacted the authorities and said that he would make a public statement when the matter was settled. So, civil police of Rio de Janeiro concluded that the athletes were not robbed, but instead had been involved in an incident at a gas station in Barra La Tijuca in the west of the city. So, according to the statements by the owner of August 15th, they broke a soap dispenser in the bathroom, damaged a door, tore down a sign, and urinated around the premises. So,
Jeez.
so what do you think?
I'm just trying to figure out like this all they're saying that this all happened on the 18th.
No, what happened is that they're
Well, that was
saying
the statement taken on the 18th
Yeah.
from that guy,
yeah.
and he's saying that these people were acting like this on the day they claimed that they were robbed.
No, the swimmers they said that they were robbed. The swimmers said they were robbed, but according to let me see. Let me see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's saying that they weren't robbed, but they were instead involved in this incident at this place.
Yeah, they were involved in this incident in this place, and they were basically damaging this gas station.
Like belligerent,
Yeah.
fucking psychos. Okay.
What do you think about that whole thing? Why? So they said that they were robbed in order to avoid, I don't know, getting in trouble by the gas station.
Probably.
I don't know. Would have been a lot easier just not to say anything.
Right?
Then no one would
disappear.
know.
You're about to leave. You're about to leave anyways, dummies.
So on the morning of August 18th, upon his return to America, Fagan reiterated in an interview that we were robbed at gunpoint. That same day, police recommended Lochte face charges for falsely reporting a crime. On August 19th, Lochte hired public relations consultant Matthew Hiltzik and posted an apology on Instagram for his behavior. Do we forgive him?
No.
No. Why not? Why not?
Because, like, I don't know. What is he? Is he admitting to doing all these things that the owner is saying that he did? And he's apologizing for
I
that?
guess. I mean, he did say that. I guess he was sorry for destroying the place and then saying that he was robbed by people. So on August 25th, on August 25th, 2016, Lochte was charged by Rio police with falsely reporting a crime, with other officials stating that he could be summoned to Rio. So Lochte can be represented by a lawyer and is not required to appear in court. A conviction could result in 1 to 6 months in jail. Brazilian jail. I don't know how that is. So with the judge allowed to levy the fine instead, Lochte would also have the ability to appeal any decision. The next day, Lochte's lawyer stated that there would be no response to the charge of making false statement, which could create a possibility of Lochte being tried in absentia. So it looks like he was charged for falsely reporting a crime because he lied, and it is proven that he did lie. So what do you think about him just lying about that whole thing?
sounds like that's probably what he's does to get out of things. He lies his way out of it and thinks that that's the way he can get away with things. But not here.
Not in Rio de Janeiro?
Not in Brazil.
Okay. On August 23rd, USA Today released an on-site investigation at the gas station that raised questions about Rio cops and supports Lochte's later account, which he said that he thought the swimmers were being robbed. Ooh, now his story is changing. So, the USA Today report quoted a Brazilian judge who said police might have been hasty in determining the security guards did not commit a robbery. And a Brazilian lawyer says she does not think the actions of Lochte and teammate Jimmy Fagan constitute a filing of a false police report as defined under Brazilian law. So on August 30th, Lochte appeared on ABC's TV morning show Good Morning America and dubbed down his insistence that the Rio police version of events is absurd, and said, USA Today and other people have been finding out and investigating. There's no damage to the bathroom. I have never even entered the bathroom. It was locked, so we couldn't go in there at all. The story about me vandalizing the bathroom is absurd. It never happened. So now he's denying everything.
Well, I mean, it's hard to believe somebody after they've already admitted to lying. Right? I mean, I'm listening to what you just said. It makes it sound like maybe there was a language barrier or something, and the actions of the security guards are misinterpreted as robbing. But you put a gun to somebody's head, there's kind of scary. You don't do that if you're a security guard.
I don't know if they're right? I think he just made that part up with him being like held at gunpoint. I'm pretty sure that was made up.
So say, okay, take out the gun part. Take out that. That didn't happen.
Yeah.
But the security guards if they look like the security guards here in the United States, then they do look like they're cops.
Yeah.
Maybe, hey man, maybe that's what happened. Yeah. I don't know.
There's a video of it actually.
Okay.
So let me see if I can find it. Okay. So I'm going to play this video. It's 2 minutes long. It's 2 minutes long. Okay. So I am going to share the screen. Okay. Can you see it?
Okay. Yep.
Okay. Here it is. Okay. Somebody's going in. Fiddling. This is a gas station CCTV footage. Okay. Okay, I think that's the person who works at the gas station. He's like, "What are you guys doing? Get out of here." There's Lochte right there in the blonde hair. They're telling everyone to get out of the alley.
Is that what that is? No.
I don't know. It looked like an alley.
And red hat dudes are supposed to be the quote unquote security guards?
Yeah, I think they're the security guards.
They don't look like cops at all. But I don't know how cops over there look.
Yeah. So, okay, so they're bringing them to their taxi. They're going in their taxi.
Got them in the taxi.
Okay. So, okay. Driver's getting in the car in the taxi.
There's
somebody's approaching the taxi. It looks like they're talking.
Hand in there.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, they're getting out of the taxi now. They're talking with somebody off screen. I can't see anybody.
Yeah.
That guy has his hands up. Yeah. Okay, and then that's that.
That
Um,
does sound sketch, though. It looks sketch.
really?
Like something was happening,
Yeah,
but it could have been just a confrontation or
it
something.
looks like that's kind of what is going on here. But I didn't see any guns. That's the big thing.
Mm-mm. It could have been
And
off screen.
and though they do not look like police officers.
No,
Yeah.
they do not.
Yeah. So on August 24th, 2016, CBS News also questioned the accuracy of Brazil's version of events and cited a report by USA Today Sports in the line with their findings. So let's continue. So Lochte made a television appearance on August 20th, 2016, in which he continued to deny the premises of the situation, while apologizing for his immature decisions and behavior. What? You're making conflicting statements here, guy.
I know. It's like
Mm-hmm.
how is anybody supposed to believe anything you
I
say?
know. Like, I'm sorry for the
Just
actions
shut
I
up.
did.
I would just say like, just shut up. Stop talking
Yeah.
already.
That big mouth is what
You
got
know?
you in this thing in the
I
first
know.
place.
Exactly.
Yeah. He's like, I'm sorry for my actions. Also, the actions I did never happened.
I'm sorry for lying, but I didn't lie.
I didn't lie. Shut up, you. So, PR Week noted that many found the statement to be lacking, with Forbes noting possible legal exposure. Lochte later admitted that he was drunk and that his claims were over exaggerated. Yeah.
Right.
You think
I mean, when he went into the alley, the beginning of the video, he kind of looked like he was kind of stumbling in there. But when he
Mhm.
walked out, he looked fine.
Right. I mean, if you're drunk, you're obviously gonna, like, I would think that you would also probably damage the property. So that also kind of supports the Brazilian reports that they kind of messed up the gas station.
Maybe that's why they were trying to kick them out. Because it looked like um, when he did go in there, it looked like there was some people like there was some fast movement
Uh huh.
in there, and then they were trying to get them out.
All right.
Even the guy in the red like went and looked in there like, the hell's going on?
All
And then
right.
they came out.
Yeah. So, in August 26th, when asked about whether the U.S. would consider a request from Brazil to extradite Lochte, White House Press Secretary Josh Earnest replied, "The United States will certainly adhere to the terms of any extradition treaty that we have signed with any country in the world. Obviously, as we have discussed in very different contexts, we remain committed to following those guidelines assiduously and allowing the guidelines of those treaties and the law here in the United States to guide those decisions and to guide those what? States to guide those decisions and to guide those decisions. Okay. I can't speak with the details of the charges that have been repeatedly filed against Mr. Lochte. So for more details on that, I think I refer you either to Brazilian authorities or to attorneys that have been retained by Mr. Lochte. So during an appearance on Good Morning America on August 30th, 2016, Lochte said his claim of being held up at gunpoint was a very big mistake. But regarding the ensuing scandal, I think it's everyone blowing this way out of proportion. I think that's what happened. It's everyone else's fault, not mine,
Jesus Christ.
though. So, what do you think about this guy, actually? What do you think about Lochte?
I think it goes back to what I was saying earlier. I feel like he's somebody that's used to always getting his way and getting away with doing stupid shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it sounds like. Like I hate to say it, but spoiled ass white boy syndrome is
Mm-hmm.
what I feel like it is.
Yeah, and I do want to make this
I'm
a
sorry.
little. I do want to make a little disclaimer here. There is a documentary about this whole thing called In Deep, and it does interview Lochte, like, now, like in 2019, 2015, like 3 or 4 years after, and he does seem to have, like, matured a bit and humbled himself since then, since this incident. So
Well, that's good.
and he says, like, man, I hate who I used to be. I want to punch that guy in the face, like, type guy.
Cool.
And
Yeah.
yeah, he's now a father now, and he has, like, responsibilities now, and he seems to have really kind of, matured a lot. So we're not judging him how he is now today. We're just judging him how he was in this incident in 2016.
And that is true, though. He does sound like he has a lot of growing up to do. He sounds very immature based on the fact that he just cannot keep his mouth shut, and he keeps putting his foot in mouth syndrome.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of syndrome.
He's got a lot of syndrome?
Yeah.
So continuing on, regarding his claim that a gun was held to his head, he stated, like I said, I did lie about that one part, and that it was made while still intoxicated the next day. So yeah, we were right. The gun was a lie, and he admitted to it. So on August 19, 2016, Lochte's attorney reiterated both the specific...
I was going to say, in the video, it looked like, somebody came to the driver's side, and he stuck his, hand in, and it looked like maybe he might have put his hand on the shoulder of the driver to tell him something, like, hey, don't leave yet. We need to talk to these guys. Because a little bit after that, everybody got out of the car and went over to talk to this dude.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But there was no gun.
There was no gun.
We can see it. Of course, it wasn't, crystal clear video either.
Yeah. It was, security camera footage.
Yeah. Okay, back.
Yeah. So on August 19, 2016, Lochte's attorney reiterated both the specific robbery allegations, saying, that part of the story will never change. We stand behind that. As well as the core elements of uninformed guards, armed and demanding money. On August 30th, 2016, Lochte refuted the Rio de Janeiro police's claims of vandalism by the swimmers, stating, USA Today and other people have been finding out and investigating, and there was no damage to the bathroom. I have never even entered the bathroom. It was locked, so we couldn't go in there at all. So that was that whole thing. So Fagan issued a statement on August 24, 2016, after he was allowed to leave Brazil. The content of the statement began with, I would like to apologize for the serious distractions from the Olympics. After giving this understanding of the facts of the case, he also said, in this statement, I omitted the facts that we urinated behind the building and that Ryan Lochte pulled a poster off the wall. This statement was written by officers in Portuguese, and I was then asked to sign the statement without seeing it translated into English. I realized that I made a mistake by omitting these facts. I was trying to protect my teammates, and for this I apologize. So Fagan here did admit that they peed all over the building and Lochte pulled a poster off the wall. But he's also trying to say that because the officers wrote his statement in Portuguese and he signed it, he didn't know what it was actually saying because it was in a different language.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
There's that language barrier.
Yeah. That probably had another thing to do with it. It was probably when the security guard was talking to them probably in Portuguese, they probably thought he was sticking them up. Rather, he was probably just saying, hey guys, why are you doing what you're doing?
Yeah. What's all this bullshit you pull in the bar?
In the bar? It was a gas station. It was a gas station.
Sorry.
So on the evening of August 17th, Conger and Bentz were removed from a flight attempting to leave the country and their passports seized in order to compel testimony about the incident. A judge in Brazil also issued a search and seizure warrant for Lochte and Fagan. Fagan subsequently contacted the authorities and said he would make a public statement when the matter was settled. So civil police of Rio de Janeiro concluded that the athletes were not robbed, but instead had been involved in an incident at a gas station in Barra de Tijuca. After Bentz returned to the United States, he released a statement on August 19th about the incident. He started by stating, I want to offer a sincere apology to the United States Olympic Committee, USA Swimming, the extraordinary women and men of Team USA, and the University of Georgia. He continued with, while I am anxious to put this matter behind me and rejoin my Georgia teammates in classes, practices, and competitions, I feel compelled to stress several key points. 1. I was never a suspect in the case from the beginning. Brazilian law enforcement officials saw me only as a witness. I never made a false statement to anyone at any time. He went on detailing the incident to include admitting to urinating behind the gas station and that Lochte pulled down a framed metal advertisement. So that was Bentz's whole thing. So he seems to be a college student at Georgia University. So, what do you think about all these other guys being like tangled into this web that Lochte seemed to have weaved?
Well, it just sucks for them, I guess. But I don't know. I don't know what else to say about that. But he's the main guy. Like he's the primary suspect.
Who, Lochte?
Yeah.
Yeah, Lochte was the one who said that they were robbed in the first place. Yeah.
Yeah, that just sucks.
Yeah. So after Conger returned to the United States, he issued a statement on August 19, 2016, in which he stated, "Let me begin by emphasizing that I have never been completely truthful in my statements throughout this unfortunate situation, including the information I provided to U.S. officials before leaving Brazil. In fact, the Brazilian authorities made it clear to me from the very beginning that I was being considered only a witness, not a suspect." He apologized by saying, "We pulled into the gas station to use the restroom, but ultimately relieved ourselves outside, for which I apologize." What were you going to say?
Nothing. I just said, oh.
So now all these people are being like roped into this whole thing, which seems a bit unfortunate. So the story and the athletes' multiple versions of it dominated Olympic headlines and was described as overshadowing the worthy accomplishments of athletes who trained for years. So NBC drew criticism for its handling of Lochte's account. On August 24, 2016, Lochte's attorney stated about the prior week, "I've had every media outlet in the world reach out to me, the biggest news shows and the biggest talk shows." So, what do you think about this whole thing basically overshadowing the actual Olympics?
Well, I mean, I understand because, for one, the media blows everything out of proportion. But when you have somebody that's from the USA in a foreign country claiming that they were held at gunpoint, especially if they're an Olympic athlete, that's gonna put the US on like, and then for them to turn around and be like, wait, that's not what happened. I lied. It then turns into this whole like, what happened?
Yeah.
And then people are so nosy, and I think
it kind of stings because also when you're in that international stage, if you do something dumb like that, people are not going to view you as just you. You're going to be viewed as the American or as America.
Right. And I think as an Olympic athlete, you're definitely representing the United States of America, and so to have that kind of person representing us just sucks.
Yeah.
The way he went back and forth with it and would never be quiet.
It kind of makes me wonder why he even said anything at all.
This is a dumb kid.
So the scandal drew social media mockery and then scorn, including commentary about white privilege and rude Americans. So what do you think about that?
Yeah.
I
agree.
You think it is white privilege?
That's exactly what I thought it was. That's exactly what I said. That's the way he's acting. He's acting like a privileged white boy.
So #Lochtegate became a trending topic in Twitter, alternatively dubbed as Loch Mess, with the social media phenomenon drawing media coverage, with Time awarding the meme, a silver medal. How hilarious. How with the times you are, Time. So, talk show host Stephen Colbert parodied Lochte's Today Show interview and compared his behavior to Donald Trump. Oh, that might be a bit, I don't know, like too extreme. I don't know about that. think that's going a bit far with it. What do you think? You think it's like Trump?
I mean, he did go back and forth a lot and
Yeah.
saying one thing and then turning around and changing his mind and saying another.
Yeah.
And to me, he was the poster boy of privileged white kid.
Yeah.
So,
though
yeah.
I think Trump would never admit he would be wrong. He would never admit he's wrong.
For a fact.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You're wrong. It was there. You just didn't see it. It was off camera.
Yeah. Remember that one time when he said that Hurricane Dorian was going to hit Alabama, and then he couldn't fathom being wrong about that one thing, so he just got a Sharpie and just circled Alabama to the hurricane's flight path?
Stupid.
So while Jimmy Fallon parodied Lochte at the MTV Video Music Awards with attendee Michael Phelps, Phelps's joy noticeable from the start. So in Brazil, the events shocked and deeply angered Brazilians who had said it cast false and negative shadow on their city, and was condemned for drawing additional attention to crime and violence in Rio de Janeiro. Some Brazilians drew parallels between the swimmers' actions and U.S. foreign policy. What do you think about that whole thing?
I mean, I get it. I understand, but you say that it's already pretty bad over there, and so I guess this right here probably highlighted it even more than they wanted it to be.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Right.
Especially in the scope of it, with it being an Olympic person.
Yeah, an Olympian.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Olympian.
you think I can be an Olympian?
You can be whatever you want to be.
Whatever, man. You need you. I think you could be an Olympian. You could be. No. You could be an Olympian. Ooh, if it was an eating contest.
Speed walker. Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, what would you say?
An Olympic speed walker.
I don't think that's an Olympic sport.
Dude, I don't know what it's called, but it looks just like speed walking.
There is a thing called speed walking, but I don't think it's an Olympic sport yet. But I wouldn't mind it.
It is.
It is?
It is.
Let me look it up.
I was laughing because yes, it is.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's race walking. Yeah, you're right. Oh, geez.
They got a pep in their step.
They're going 12.5 kilometers an hour. I don't know how much that is in American.
Yeah, I still couldn't be an Olympic race walker. No, they probably do that too fast for me.
They're going 7.4 miles an hour. It's pretty fast. And they're doing that for like a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, let me see.
You saw it.
Yeah. So the Shell gas station was incorporated into a commercial tour of Olympic sites and reports an increase in paid customers and visitors taking selfies. So I guess Shell is doing just fine. Mm-hmm. Thank goodness. I was afraid that the billionaires were going to be hurt. So, fellow American swimmer Lily King said, "It's sad that people aren't focusing on how well the U.S. Olympic team did. This might have been the best team we've ever had." Swimmer Maya Dorado, who earned 4 medals, said, we wish that hadn't taken attention away from our week of swimming, because it was a phenomenal week for Team USA and U.S. swimming. And it was a phenomenal week on week 2 for those athletes on track and field. Connor Dwyer said, "It was tragic that the last week of the games, that's all they were talking about, and we don't want that to reflect poorly on USA swimming." Michael Phelps said, "It's always hard to see a friend and competitor go through a hard time like this. I know what it feels like, and I've been through it before." So, yeah. Speaking of which, Michael Phelps didn't compete this year. I think he's retired.
Think he's retired?
Yeah, he's retired because he didn't compete this year.
Going into his weed selling business.
Is that what he's doing now?
I don't know. I just know that was something that people would not get off of him about.
Is he in an illegal state? If he's in
I think he is.
if it's state where it's legal,
state.
if it's a state where it's legal, then who cares?
Mm-hmm.
So, marketers believe future professional and business opportunities for Gunnar Bentz, who is 20 years old, Jack Conger, who is 21 years old, would be significantly reduced. So, Media Miser reported Lochte's favorability rating changed from 90% positive in August 14th to 15th to 70% negative on August 17th to 18th. So imagine going from 90% positive to 30%. That is a 60% drop.
Well, yeah. Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
So with Forbes projecting a reduction of at least $5 to $10 million in future lifetime income due to damage to his personal brand. So no, you gotta hit him where it hurts, the wallet. So after Lochte's statements, Speedo and Ralph Lauren ended their endorsement deals with Lochte, with Speedo announcing that the company would donate $50,000 from Lochte's endorsement fee to save the children in Brazil. The Brazilian newspaper O Globo reported that their other sponsors of Ryan Lochte, the Airwave and Cineron Candela, also terminated their contracts. According to a commentator and sports business analyst for ESPN, Darren Rovell, Lochte will lose $1 million. However, Lochte signed a new endorsement deals with Pine Brothers, Softish Throat Drops with the campaign slogan, "Forgiving on your throat," and RoboCop, a crime prevention company. RoboCop spelled with 2 P's, so they won't be copyrighted. So, which is a crime prevention company which manufactures a sound grenade designed to deter would-be robbers. So, Pine Brothers CEO Ryder McDowell told Yahoo Finance there was a 20% sales increase in the week following the signing. So, what do you think about all these different his sponsors dropping out and him getting like these new ones?
Well, that means that he's got support still, but it seems like the bigger names are the ones that dropped out, and smaller ones came in, scooped him up. It's probably because they know that this would all blow over.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Speedo and Ralph Lauren are huge in the athletic world. Speedo, I know, is like the official swimwear for U.S. swimming. And Ralph Lauren, I believe, is like the official like designers for all of the U.S. Olympic teams. Like the outfits that they wear in like the opening ceremony and the parade of flags they're all wearing Ralph Lauren clothing. So he also joined Dancing with the Stars. Isn't that nice?
Oh, that's great.
How do you think he is as a dancer? Pretty good, I bet.
I don't know.
I think he's pretty good. Why? You're a middle-aged lady. I thought you watched this stuff all the time.
Hell no.
So during the live installment of the season premiere, 2 men wearing anti-Lochte shirts rushed the stage while Lochte was receiving his scores. They were tackled by security guards, then arrested by the Los Angeles Police Department and charged with suspicion of criminal trespassing. So
what the heck?
That was a bit odd.
You think they're from Brazil?
Oh, maybe.
Right?
Such an odd thing to do. Yeah. So Lochte stated his intent to participate in the Tokyo Olympics in 2020. And on August 26th, Lochte announced that he will be making a celebrity appearance at a Wizard World Comic Con in Richmond in September 2016. Also, he didn't participate in the Tokyo Olympics.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, in August 18th, the U.S. Olympic Committee CEO Scott Blackman apologized for the incident. On August 19th.
Wait, time out.
Yeah?
Tokyo Olympics, isn't that the one that just happened?
Yeah, it had just happened.
Oh, okay, I see. Maybe he didn't because of the whole COVID thing.
Maybe.
Because that stuff started spiraling up again when the Olympics started.
Yeah. It's because of the anti-vaxxers, Jessica.
Hey, man. Halfway through it.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
I was never an anti-vaxxer, though.
Yeah,
just
I know.
Just a little hesitant.
Yeah. But you're in the clear. You're in the good. It's just like people like those are like, I don't want to get vaccinated at all.
It's the same people that are saying, you can't force me to wear a mask. It's my freaking right to not wear a mask. It's my choice. Okay, dummy. You want to get sick, go get sick. God, some people are so dumb sometimes.
Yeah, if it wasn't super contagious and developed dangerous variants, like the Delta variant, which is now causing everything to go back down the way it was again. Now we took a huge step back now. We were doing good, and then we took a step forward, and now we had to take two steps back because of this whole thing.
It's getting bad in the hospitals.
Yeah.
Where my boyfriend works, the whole ER is full of people. It's full.
Yeah, man. So that's why you got to be like, get vaccinated, Jessica. You tell people to get vaccinated.
Yeah, I mean, the vaccine is not gonna protect you 100%. So you can still get it, but the chances are a lot less with the vaccine.
Yeah, but this will be a lot less with the vaccine. And if you do get it, you will not be hospitalized and you will not die.
Well, I don't know about 100% on that one. It just really depends on the person and where their health is at the time and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know. But even if you do get it, you can still pass it on to other people, regardless.
Yeah.
So on September 8th, by the way, Dallas County reinstated their mask mandate, so now we have to wear masks again.
Oh, really? Well, we haven't gotten there yet. I think the San Antonio mayor with Judge Nelson Wolf have sued the governor and put a restraining order on him to allow the schools to put mask mandates back on. So
the governor, I'm not a fan of the governor.
No, he's a conservative all the way and just trying to do what's best for the money. That's it.
Yeah. Man, like the entire population of Texas would be halved and he wouldn't do anything.
No.
The entire state froze over and he didn't do anything.
No.
And then he blamed it on other people. Blamed it on a law that wasn't even instated yet. So anyway,
sorry, got off track.
Yeah, I know. So on September 8th, both the Olympic Committee, the U.S. Olympic Committee and the USA Swimming suspended Lochte for 10 months and Bentz, Conger, and Fagan for 4 months. Additionally, Lochte was required to complete 20 hours of community service, and Bentz was required to complete 10 hours, which isn't that bad. It's like a week. You're all good. 20 hours is like a week. 10 hours is like a couple days. All were made ineligible for the financial support during their suspensions, removed from the U.S. Olympic delegation to the White House, barred from the U.S. Olympic training centers, and blocked from attending USA Swimming's year-end Golden Goggles celebration.
Jeez.
I just like.
They're trying to make a freaking example out of these guys.
I do like that they have a thing called the Golden Goggles. You like it? That's pretty good.
It's funny.
Yeah. So Lochte's
Goggles celebration.
Yeah. So Lochte's lawyer Jeff Ostro declined to comment on the appropriateness of the sanctions and reiterated that Ryan did not commit a crime. Conger stated, "I do not agree in any way with these sanctions," and maintained that all he did wrong was to urinate publicly at a gas station.
Oh, is that all he did wrong? No, that is not all he did wrong.
What did he do wrong?
He told a lie, George Washington. He told a lie, and he just thought by saying, okay, look, I'm sorry, I lied. That was gonna be the end of it. But you don't do that, especially in another country that's already trying to freaking fight the freaking violence that's there already. You just freaking put it on blast.
Yeah.
Even though that's not what happened.
I know the Brazilians wanted their head. They wanted to throw him in. They wanted to throw him in a cage and throw away the key.
I don't blame them.
They got off pretty light. So
they did.
So Blackman.
So, I mean,
yeah.
My opinion is, I'm glad that they did that to them. I'm glad that they finally had consequences. Maybe not all of them. Just Lochte. It should not have been the other guy, too. But yeah, my opinion.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
Yeah, it's my opinion as well.
Well, I mean, it sounds like he hasn't really ever had any consequences to think that it's okay to do those kinds of things.
So Blackman's statement noted, as we have said previously, the behavior of these athletes was not acceptable. It unfairly maligned our hosts and diverted attention away from the historic achievements of Team USA. And each of the athletes has accepted responsibility for his actions and accepted the appropriate sanctions. That doesn't sound like it. Chuck Welgus of USA Swimming stated, "Unfortunately, this storyline took attention away from the athletes who deserved it the most. And these swimmers took accountability for their mistakes and are committed to represent themselves and our country with the great character and distinction we expect." So do you think they should be welcomed back?
I don't know.
I don't know. Do you think you can forgive and forget?
It's hard for me to do that. So, I don't know.
Okay. So, several opinion writers criticized the contrasting consequences faced by Lochte and both women's goalkeeper Hope Solo, who was suspended by the United States Soccer Federation for 6 months after making unsportsmanlike post-game comments, and American gymnast Gabby Douglas. An Associated Press columnist stated, "A triumphant Olympics for the U.S. team, especially for all those golden female athletes, has come with some nasty aftershocks, raising more potential questions about gender inequality." So Salon criticizes the general treatment of male athletes, including past Olympians, while Variety noted the impact in which NBC wants to both showcase women athletes and attract female viewers. So what do you think about that? Do you think that this all is a thing about gender roles in this whole thing, gender equality?
So what is it saying, though? Is it saying that the women are getting harsher sentences, or the men?
I think they did get harsher sentences. It says here that Hope Solo was suspended for 6 months just because she made like some unsportsmanlike comments after a game.
And this guy, oh my god, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see that team that wore shorts instead of wearing their little tiny underwear suits?
Oh, you mean the gymnasts?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did see that.
I always thought that those suits were a little bit more revealing than they should be. I don't know. That's just my opinion. Like, I feel like those things go kind of up their butt too much.
Yeah. I did see that. I did see them kind of like riding up there in the crack
this year. It's just like, why can't they do this and be comfortable? Like, it would be fine for me. I'm a female, and I guess maybe it's because I really don't care. Because I don't care about what they're wearing. I care that what they're doing is awesome. I don't even know that I care about that either. They could wear like a leotard to where it covers all the way down to their ankles, all the way down to their wrist. Maybe just a little, like, right here. Classic cut. I don't understand why they have to have these suits that go all the way up right up their butt, and they're literally like running around and doing flips and doing all this stuff where their legs are constantly like flying open. Like, why can't they just be comfortable and do these things? Why do they have to be? Maybe I'm just picking at something, but
Yeah.
obviously this gymnast group wanted to be comfortable.
I heard
And
that.
I side with them. They got fined.
Yeah, I know. I did hear that it is the cuts the cuts that go straight there in the middle area. I don't know else to say it. Is actually more comfortable to them
Maybe it doesn't get in their way when
Yeah.
it's like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
That's what I heard. I heard
Maybe
that most gymnasts prefer the more traditional one, as I quote unquote traditional.
I feel like it should be a choice then,
Oh
and
yeah.
not made to have to wear that.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Yeah, I heard it was a lot more aerodynamic and it was a lot more allow for more flexibility. That's what I heard. I don't know.
I mean,
I
it
might be
makes
wrong.
sense.
I might be wrong, but I don't think that I don't remember which team it was. I think it was the German team. I don't blame them for wanting to do a more conservative uniform. I think that's fine, all fine and dandy. I don't think they should have been fined for it.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I think Pink offered to pay for their fine.
Pink, the singer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Offered to pay their fine.
Fine. If you have millions of dollars, you can do that.
Right? It was like $1,500.
$1,500, like pocket change.
Done.
It's like pocket change. Like, what's your Cash App? So, several opinion pieces drew links to white privilege. I know how much you like that white privilege, Jessica. So, while others refuted the charge, Ebony stated, Lochte's tale of being robbed by seemingly corrupt cops was not only in line with what many already believed about nations full of people of color, but also tainted the spirit of the entire games. Leah Donnella, a news assistant at NPR, disagreed. Lochte's own background, he's half Cuban. Another country with an extremely complex racial history further complicates that narrative. So some negatively contrasted the treatment of the scandal involving white swimmers against the reaction received by African American gymnast Gabby Douglas for not placing her hand over her heart during the national anthem, which is like the worst thing you can possibly do. The chair with you. No, I'm kidding.
Mm-hmm. So apparently Lochte is half what is he?
Cuban, half Cuban.
Half Cuban?
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe he wasn't raised in his Cuban stuff. Or maybe he was raised in a different way. Just because he's half Cuban doesn't mean that he's gone through any of this stuff. Because if I look at pictures of him, I don't see any Cuban there.
He is very pale.
He's white.
I mean, if I look at you, if I look at you at first glance, I would think you're white at first glance, because you're kind of a light skin. I know you, but you're a bit of a light skin.
Not even.
You're a bit of a light skin.
Not even.
Not even.
But still, like him, he's blonde, blue eyes, white.
Oh, the blonde hair is fake. That's dyed.
Okay, well, it still matches.
Okay.
It matches.
He's like a Pete Davidson haircut.
Yeah.
But yeah,
his actions represented that of a white privileged kid.
Yeah, it does really seem like that.
He's not white, but maybe he was spoiled rotten. Who knows?
Yeah. He's half white, I believe, is the implication. But yeah, so that basically ends the story of Lochtegate. Again, he has since grown up a bit. He has since humbled himself. He's no longer that way.
Well, I mean, they would put on some pretty harsh consequences for him. He pretty much got stripped of all his financials from the actual Olympic side of it. Mm-hmm. So that right there for me would have been a harsh, like, fuck, I really messed up. I need to stop being so stupid.
And it probably also ended his Olympic career. because, I mean, he did not compete in Tokyo. Um, so it looks like he's kind of donezo. So what do you think about this whole situation?
Excuse me, sorry. Sorry. Uh, I think that really sucked for all those people that worked their asses off to be there. Not to say that he didn't, but he acted like a freaking college kid with no freaking no consequences, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe he was too drunk to even think straight. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But it sucks. It sucks for everybody because it sounded like this was a really good year for everybody, and it was overshadowed by this stupidity.
Right. And it also seems to be like what he would have thought was just a little white lie just snowballed into this whole international incident.
Yeah.
And then he also took his teammates down with him. Yeah.
And it was probably like what you were saying earlier, that Brazil is known for having a high violence, high crime, and then this thing right here just blew it out of proportion.
Yeah. And yeah, they said that it wasn't doing Brazil or Rio de Janeiro any favors in terms of that. Have you ever seen City of God?
No.
It's a really good film. It's about like the Brazilian underworld, like the underworld crime world of Rio de Janeiro. It's a really good film though, but it does kind of like show like how nasty it could be in that city.
Oof.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's the story of Lochtegate. Do you forgive him? Do you forgive Ryan Lochte?
No.
No.
I don't know.
But he's turned a new leaf.
He was a kid. He just did stupid shit, and it's hard for me to. Those apologies that he gave back then don't mean anything. So, but I can get with the whole he's grown up, he sees the error of his ways kind of thing. I get with that. I can get that.
I know we keep on saying like kid and young, but I think he was actually 32 when this happened.
What an ass! I thought he was in college.
No, his teammates were in college.
And he was 32.
Yeah.
So what is he now?
37.
See, I don't know about that. I think the only reason why he learned was because they put those harsh punishments on him. I don't think if they would have done that, I don't think he would have really learned too much.
Mm-hmm.
That's just my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, I don't know how the other people like adjusted from all this. Hopefully they were able to get back up on their feet. So what do you think about that? What do you think about the other people who were involved?
It just sucks for them because it just sounded like they kind of went along with his stupid story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Plus, like I think he was like the oldest one, and he was the oldest one, and they were all a lot younger. So
yeah,
one of them went to Georgia University. So yeah, that was the story of Lochtegate. Lochte, good guy, great guy. What do you think?
Yeah, he's fantastic.
I think he is reformed good guy.
I don't know. It wasn't even that long ago.
It was 5 years ago.
We're talking like this happened like 15 years ago, and it literally just happened not that long ago.
It happened 5 years ago, yeah. This was 5 years ago. And
he's not reformed. He's just hiding out.
How dare you. I would highly suggest you guys check out the film In Deep, which is about Lochtegate and what happened afterwards. It is narrated by Patton Oswalt and is really nice. And it's a really pretty well made documentary. It's on Peacock, if you're willing to watch it. There. It is on Peacock. Jessica, do you have that? Do you have Peacock?
I don't.
It's a free service. It's free. You don't have to pay for it.
Oh, okay.
So.
I need to look into it then.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the story of Lochtegate. And we'll see you guys next time. I've been Nathaniel Avila.
I've been Jessica Vega.
And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Thank you for listening to a Vision podcast, home of Wacky Talkies, The Kingdom, Evil Exists, and many more.